Hi, I'm Dawn Schuler, Soulful Business Coach and Corporate Trainer and Consultant. For 17 years, I've worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs, businesses, and organizations to help them be more successful, more productive, and to continue the passion and purpose that they started their business or career with in the first place. See, I believe you can have it all. You can have a business that feeds your soul and is successful. The key to that is to run your business like a business. That's why I decided to do the Love Your Business Deeply 15-day challenge, where every day I'll share one tip, idea, tool, or resource to really help you be the CEO of your business. So let's get started. Hi, this is Dawn with the Love Your Business Deeply Challenge, where for 15 days I am going to help you run your business like a business. And in day one, I talked about the importance of really seeing your business as just that. It's a business. And it should be designed to be profitable. You may have started your business for a whole lot of reasons, and those reasons are all very valid. They're what is going to connect you to continue to do all the work you have to do to keep your business going. And then it also needs to be profitable. Well, today we're going to talk about that profitable piece, right? In terms of dun, da, da, tracking your numbers. When I posted on Facebook earlier today that I was going to go live with today's challenge at 2:15, I said I'm not going to tell you what the topic is, because if I tell you the topic, you'll probably not show up. And it's because that part of tracking your numbers, which is more than just revenue, by the way, is daunting and for some people boring and scary, because a lot of the times we make up in our head these stories of what's going on. But until we actually look at the numbers and pay attention to them and track them, we often have a skewed view of what the reality is and of what that real story is that the numbers are telling. And I come from a storytelling background, and believe it or not, numbers tell stories, and these can be fascinating. They can tell you trends that you didn't realize. They can tell you, you can see little things going on going, oh, I didn't realize that, or gee, here's this uptick, this spike in subscriptions or downloads or memberships or new clients. I wonder why that happened. And then you look at your numbers and you go, oh, okay, well, it's because I did all these speaking engagements, or I did all this follow-up, or I sent out 5 proposals last month and now I've got new clients. You can start seeing those stories and the relationships. See, numbers aren't scary. They can be fun. They can be cool. They can be exciting, because they tell stories and they have relationships. I know I'm sounding a little silly here, but it really is what I've seen about tracking numbers. And I don't just mean revenue. So, for example, and by the way, I think that's why most people don't want to track their numbers. Besides the fact that it's boring and scary, well, that scary part is they're afraid that they're really going to have to face up to the fact that they're not making as much money that they want to. That's only one number to track. You're tracking many others, or you should be tracking many others. One of the things that I look at, and I look at with my clients, I actually help them create what I call a scorecard, and I'm going to have a link where you can download a template that I created for 2019 for you to track different kinds of numbers, as well as instructions on how to use that. So look for the link in the description after the live video ends. Okay, so back to what I was saying. There was one of the numbers that I track and that I have my clients track is what I call closed business. And this is when a prospect or an existing customer says that they're going to buy something, a service or a product. And so it's that promise that you know that money should be coming. Now, sometimes they don't always follow through, but a lot of times they do. But you want to track that closed business. So for example, one of my clients who is starting a membership site, she had a prospect say, oh, as soon as it's ready to go, I'm signing up. And when I was talking to her, I said, that's closed business. That annual membership that he just committed to paying, that's closed business. She's like, really? She was so excited, and she got to put that number, what that annual revenue was, on her closed business for that week. And in her weekly update to me, she put that as one of her accomplishments. Like, I closed a sale, or, there's closed business. The sale isn't closed yet. And then when that money does come in, then you track that in weekly revenue, as well as whatever revenue category you've determined that should be. And I really recommend that you have more than one revenue category, by the way, not just, if you're a coach, not just coaching. Well, do you have different coaching packages, for example? Do you have a 3-month coaching package? Do you have a one-time coaching session? Do you have different ones? Because you want to see how you're doing in those major areas that are revenue generating areas in your business. The other thing that when I've had my clients do this, whether it's doing a review of their numbers or tracking it regularly, they always come back feeling really empowered because they really feel like they're taking charge of their business. I ran an end-of-year review workshop at the end of last year, and one of the first things that they had to do was review all the numbers, all the revenue actually, from that year, 2018. And most of them had never done that, even those that had been in business for several years, they'd never done that. And they all came back and said, this was really good for me to do this. So imagine the things that you learn. I know whenever I look at the numbers, I almost always find out something I didn't know. And it could be, things weren't as bad as I thought. Or, I can see that relationship between the number of networking events and the number of sales meetings and the number of proposals we send. That's in direct correlation with that revenue that's coming back in. And so that's why it's important. And, I'm going to say this today, and I could contradict myself later on in the challenge, but I think that tracking your numbers piece is the number one thing you need to do to really run your business like a business. Not just off the cuff, not just, I love what I do, which is great to feel that, and I'm just going to go do whatever I do. Okay, but you need to be strategic about it. You need to treat your business like a business. And I really do think that number one thing is that piece of tracking your numbers. So I've got some people that are watching live, so I didn't scare too many people off. Hi, Luann. I'm so glad you're watching. And I love that she says, I agree. You've got to track those numbers. And again, remember, we're not just talking revenue. One of my other clients who I created her own scorecard for her to use, and she's like, and this was in January, and she's, but I don't have any revenue yet. I said, that's okay. Put 0. It is okay. Yes, we don't like that number, but the thing about knowledge really is power. And we can't take action or take steps with assumptions. We really need to do it from this informed place. And those numbers give us information. So again, I want to highlight the fact that we're not talking just revenue. We're talking all sorts of other things for you to track in your business. I also track things like number of podcast downloads. Some of my clients who do Facebook Lives on a regular basis, more regularly than I, track number of views, number of engagements during the live videos, number of new subscribes, people who have like quizzes and assessments on their site. Well, how many people took the quiz? How many new clients did I get? How many total clients do I have? And then you can see that. you can then, and then when you do this for a while, remember how I talked about trends, you can look at, well, what's this year like compared to last year? And maybe you see that historically, maybe February is a slow month. So you can do things to prepare for that, right? Or at least not be surprised when next February comes around and it's a slow month. Maybe you find that September is your busiest month. Okay, so what do you need to do to prepare for that? So this is why these tracking of your numbers is important in the moment, going forward, but then as a way to analyze year after year after year and see those trends. I hope you have found this helpful. I'm going to be doing this challenge for a total of 15 days. This is day 2. I promise that the other days will be less scary. Maybe, maybe not. It depends where your particular challenge or your issue is. So maybe this will be the least scary of it. Who knows? Your challenge for you to be part of this is in some way, if you're not already, start tracking your numbers. Use the spreadsheet template that I'm providing you, or come up with your own. Use paper. I mean, that works too, right? But your challenge today is to start tracking your numbers. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take good care. If any of what I've shared here resonates with you and you want to chat about your business, let's have that no obligation conversation to see if there's something there. It may be just what you need to have the business of your dreams.